Alright, welcome to another YouTube video. I know I haven't posted in a while, and I will get better at that, for sure. I want to be able to deliver more consistent videos on my trading journey, and be able to show you guys the learning process and stuff of that sort. So today in this video we're going to be going over Friday's price action, the trades that I took, the opportunities that presented itself, and how we could have managed our trades and things of that sort. I'm not going to do too much editing. This is kind of going to be a raw cut video. Thankfully, I was also able to fix my audio. I know the past couple of videos, the audio has been very horrible. I apologize for that. I believe it's in the best interest of the future videos, future viewers, that I give the best quality of information, best quality videos as well. So thank you for all 3 subscribers that have stuck with me this entire time and bearing with me during these technical difficulties, and definitely appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. Also, there is if you follow me on Instagram, there are links to the free Telegram channel and soon a Discord community. Shout out to my friend Dom Trades. Awesome live stream Friday as well. We did a lot of he had a great commentary on trades that he took and I took. Awesome, just an awesome day. So unfortunately, I don't get to keep, for some reason I don't really get to keep the actual executions on Trade8. On the TradingView platform, they kind of just disappear, but it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Thankfully I did take screenshots, so that's good. But hopefully we could get, and that's also why I want to be more consistent with recording my trades live, so these trading recaps can be more I wouldn't say more authentic, but more, how do you say it, more immersive, because I don't really like to do bar replay on my recaps, even though you might see me do it in some future videos, if not maybe this one. But I kind of want to see price play out exactly how the candles delivered for the most realistic education possible. So we ended up taking this first trade. We had a couple of targets coming out from London. London was just a pure bullish day, just leaving all these opportunities except here. It swept this liquidity here. It swept that liquidity, continued higher, but everything else was pretty much left open except here as well, to be able to get into some positions for longs. I'm not normally up during this time, So I wasn't able to capitalize on any of these positions. As you can see here, we do get some bearish fair value gap entries, but we know that we don't trade unless there's an absolute reason why price needs to reverse. We don't trade bearish signals against the higher time frame trend, especially when we get a swing market structure and we're only looking for buys. So in this case, if you read the price action, you know you'd only be looking for buys at this point. Coming in right at London at 2 a.m., we get that first drop, liquidating that low. So from here to there, we extend this out. Just based on using that London kill zone open, first fair value gap, we got this opportunity here. With our standard deviation. No, this is not standard deviation, but OTE. We had our 1 minute fair value gap targeting 1 standard, scalping here, 1 standard and 2 standard. We did get also confirmation here. As well, ever so slight fair value gap. Somewhere in this area. Probably was this one here. It's not 100% accurate, but when the candles start to print in an odd way, it does get kind of messy, but nevertheless, we had that sweep of the low, breaker structure to the upside, sweep of the low, higher time frame, market structure shift. On the lower time frame, this was an area to look out for there. Came back in, retraced between 62.79 and aligned with the fair value gap, and then you could have gone long. So going into New York session, I definitely bearish for New York Open, at least 8:30, between 8:30 and New York Open. For me, it was bearish. I just wanted to see, considering that we had these lows here, just a nice area to target there. And because all of London going all the way up into 8 a.m. Oh, guys can't see, sorry. All the way going up to 8 a.m. It's just been one-sided, so I did expect a retracement with the volume of 8:30. And I expected a manipulation. So I wanted to play the manipulation to the downside. I did expect that we were going to come get this buy side liquidity here. But before we go for the most obvious buy side liquidity, I do always expect a manipulation in the opposite direction. So that was kind of my understanding, like for the pre-market. And every time I do enter the market, I just always ask myself, what is the obvious trade? And I kind of make that determination on what's the obvious pool of liquidity, the most easiest pool of liquidity we can shoot for. And then I tell myself, okay, if buy side, as you see here, is the most easiest pool of liquidity to grab, then I want to see manipulation away from that area first before we coming and grab that liquidity. So that was my mindset and the reason why I chose to trade away from this initial buy side liquidity. It is pretty risky, but for the sake of manipulation and just the behavior of price, how we manipulate power of three, things of that sort, I just decided that that was the most optimal choice at the time. So we got lost for a little bit. So I decided to, as you can see, I'll bring up the screenshot now. So you can see all the confluences that I had in taking the trade, which was right here. So as you can see, we had a breaker, a sweep of the high, a bearish market structure, bearish fair value gap. I'm not 100% sure the difference between fair value gap and a SIB being busy. I'm not a pro, but like I said, for the reasons why I wanted to target shorts was one, because of the clear buy side liquidity, and I was expecting a manipulation first, so I wanted to play the manipulation leg pre-market, targeting the overnight and coming into the open at 8 a.m. I wanted to sweep a lot of that buy side or sell side liquidity that was generated. And so that was my short-term bias. And all I was waiting for was the confirmations, which was a market structure shift. Market structure shift here. Breaker already presented itself from this breaker structure to the upside. Market structure shift to the downside, creating this breaker. Inside the breaker, honestly, I got in early, so I had to endure a little bit of the pullback as it tapped into the breaker. That's why stops was above that high. This trade was, like Dom said, B plus setup, at least, because there was a very good chance that we were just gonna manipulate down, just take some shallow sell side liquidity, then come shoot up. So this trade wasn't the best trade to take. And also we have buy side liquidity at that high here, and according to order flow, this was a weak high too. This was just another confirmation that we were going to get a manipulation downward and then started to climb. But like I said, I was trading at this point I was trading the manipulation down, and I wasn't expecting price to get too far low. So this was a 1 to 2 trade. So entered a short position here, 50 tick stop, 100 tick take profit. Took partials at 50 ticks. Then my stop loss, once my first take profit was hit, my stop loss was supposed to move to break even. I guess there was technical difficulties with the platform, so I didn't actually get that break even at this first take profit. I guess it was due to spreads, so the spread reached the area to take profit at that 50 ticks, but it did not. It was, I guess, one tick between the spread that did not consider it a full 50 tick move, and this is why I'm guessing that my stop never moved to break even, which is kind of a good thing in this case, because if my stop did move to break even at 1-to-1, I would have gotten stopped out here. So ended up didn't move, and the reason why I think that it didn't move based off spread is because once it got back down to this area here, right at the 50 tick again, then it moved. So I believe it was like a spread discrepancy, but it ended up playing in our favor for this position here. So that was the first trade of the day. It did go further, as you can see here. It was right at 8:30, gave us the setup, and moving towards this area at 9:30 for New York Open. So that was the first trade that we took here. As you can see, it continued to fall down. This was a nice target here. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure how far we were going to go, so I didn't want to be greedy. Normally I do, and it was Friday as well, so I didn't want to take too much. But honestly, normally, as you see in my videos, I do 1-to-3s, which would have been that. And that would have been our trade there if we took that. If we took the 1-to-3 instead of 1-to-2. I believe, let's see, based off my risk management, 1-to-2, 1-to-1 would have been break even. 1-to-2 would have been here, which means stop loss would have been at 1-to-1. So based off my risk management strategy, I don't think I would have even made it to the full 3RR. Probably would have gotten wicked here at 1-to-1, but we didn't take it, so there's no point of really thinking like that. But would have been cool. Nevertheless, we did bag that win, so I'm grateful for that. So we waited for price. At this point, we waited for price to, I do believe I took another, oh no, alright. And then our second screenshot. So my next screenshots are not going to be as clean. But I didn't use the tool, but bear with me, guys. So as you can see here, we ended up seeing that breaker at 9. And honestly, this is a mess, I know. So we ended up going long here. No. We ended up shorting once again. So, okay, so we ended up shorting here, which was what is this price level? This is the 15-second, so let's go over to the 15-second. So there was a 1-minute breaker here. According to the screenshot, there was a breaker that tapped in right there. That was our 50 ticks. That was our 50 ticks there. So 50 ticks. This is how I can kind of determine where my actual position was. 50-50. We'll change that to 100. So this was my next position here. There. So based off the screenshot here, right at the bottom here was my first TP hit. And my first TP hit was 50 ticks. So that's how I was able to track where my entry was and my stop loss, because they're pretty much the same. So price came down, tapped into this breaker, bullish breaker, then immediately rejected. So I was able to get that first TP. Second TP ended up moving to break. My stop loss moved to break even after my 1-to-1 was hit, and it ended up breaking even on that second position, on that runner position there. And as you can see here, that was around here, around, it looks like the top of the breaker, which was this candle here to this high, which was that breaker there. So yeah, so we had a little fair value gap. So basically we got stopped out here after taking our first TP. And then we took the long. Our next trade was a long off this fair value gap. No, after the breaker, so actually it was, yeah, it was that. there. So we had a breaker here. I'm trying to read my screenshot. It's kind of difficult. And we had a fair value gap there. Aligned with the breaker. 50 ticks. And this was another 1 to 2 RR. Which is this trade here. Went long. I believe we took our 1-to-1, came back to break even for this move here. This doesn't look accurate. I'm not sure if I manually closed, but let's just check based off price action. So we did hit a 1-to-1. Yeah. So we hit our 1-to-1. We moved to break even. And within that time frame, it came back up. Never hit 2R. Came back, and I'm assuming the spread tapped me out to break even on that trade. On this trade here, this area. Let's switch this compact right here. So that was that trade. Then we entered again, and it looks like the same thing happened to us. Once again, we tried another shot at our longs. Here. And based on the screenshot, we did hit 1-to-1. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're definitely going to be recording our sessions now because it is really kind of difficult to determine what really is going on this screenshot. Because here I was scalping because I wasn't really sure whether or not we were going to continue up or drop down. So this was scalping. This, I believe, I was taking 1-to-1s because there is no 2 exits here. So we went long there, took profit there, went long there, took profit there. Then we started scalping this move, this move, this move. From here to here, here to here, went long here to there. Went long again, took a short. Basically all of these were wins when we started to scalp. Because when I don't know exactly, I know the direction, but I don't know how long it's going to go. After this major bullish day, I was assuming we're going to just continue up. I switched to my scalping strategy. But if you just clearly read price action, you can tell let me see if I can grab a tool or something. Cool. So if you just follow your market structure shift here, in this leg here, you could have drawn your fib from there to there, giving you a OTE entry. So that would have been good there. Then from here to here, you could have trailed that move there. This also was at 10 a.m. And again, if you drew your OTE from there to there, you would have been around a 70, 62 to 79 entry. And you could have taken the whole leg at a maybe 1, looks like maybe a 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Tapped right in at the 10 o'clock. So that was another good opportunity. Swept a swing high there. Area here. You got a fair value gap there. If you're waiting for confirmation, then you could have targeted whatever you could. We also had a 30 here, New York open there. So those would have been nice targets. This was already your move from there to there, so maybe an OTE retracement around that area. But so I ended up scalping that move, this move, here to there, there to there, here and there, and then this move here. These are just all scalps, and then I decided to go long scalp there, long scalp there, a long scalp, short scalp. So those were scalps for me. And we'll go over the OTEs and stuff here as well. So we had the market structure shift, OTE from that high to that low, right there. Pull that. Perfect for that move there. Like I said, 79.62 after the market structure shift. It ended up taking this low there, but you could have targeted your first TP, second TP, your low here, your I think in this case you call these the SIBIs and BISIs, but not sure. You gotta target that there. If you missed that move, you waited for another buy side swing to be liquidated, and Dom had a bearish bias on the day. So if you followed him, if you saw his live stream, this would have been a nice entry point here. And if you measured that whole leg there, let's go right there, and then let's drag this out. Again, you would have had your 79 entry there. To target another 1-to-1, or not 1-to-1, but this could have been, so if you target your, let's just say you have the same stop as me at 50. Your first entry could have been there at a 1-to-2. Second one 4.7, third one 7.42. Now if you entered here, these are like turtle soups. First one would have been a 5R, second one would have been 11. So that also would have been a good entry there. I didn't end up taking that. Ended up taking this trade here, which was a higher time frame breaker. Delete all that. So we had the swing high taken and then the swing low taken, which means that this candle here was the breaker, I believe, according to my calculations. And that last screenshot, I will pull up now. Give me 1 second. It's right here. So as you can see, oh, actually it was this candle. So saw the breaker. Oh, this is why I was confused. I'm thinking it's this candle here, but it was actually this one. So Dom took his trade, I believe, somewhere up here. Nice, great entry, and he rode it all the way down. I ended up getting out pretty early at a nice what was it, 3.4R. So took the, so if we follow the price, came back, shorted, market structure shift for the first time here, came in, trapping people into buys, thinking we were going to continue higher, sweeping, giving us another market structure shift, pushing all the way down, taking out this low, the swing low, giving us one push down, generating liquidity here, coming back into the breaker, and I actually was able to get in really nicely here with a limit order. It's the first time I've used a limit order in a pretty long time, and stops was literally at our 8:30 opening bar, which is pretty interesting as well. And take profit was also literally at a bearish breaker. So this trade was like precision, and we took that trade there, giving us another breaker here off this break structure downside, market structure upside. Could have been another nice little entry there to continue down, but it was pretty much the last trade of the AM session for me personally. So ended the day with, I believe, I can't exactly remember, 500 and something. A lot of work, a lot of trades. We did definitely manage our risk. And that's the reason why we're able to take so many trades and continue to push the P&L up safely without overtrading in a bad way. I wouldn't even consider this overtrading. We traded exactly what we needed to do or how we needed to trade, so we didn't overtrade at all. Unless we gave all the profits back and ended the day in a loss, we overtraded. But if you're strategically getting in and out, I would not consider it overtrading. That was the last trade. Actually, I did take one more trade in the PM session at 1:30. Got in right here. Let me see the screenshot. Let's see if I have it here. There we go. This one I did on my phone. Which was right here. I took this trade right at 1:30 off of this. What time frame is this? I'm not sure. 1 minute. So it's looking like a 1 minute fair value gap entry. As you can see here on the M15, there was a breaker. Never reached a breaker, but it did come into this fair value gap there. Nice sniper entry as well. Pro trend because we had a higher time frame market structure shift here. Then we had our pullback, swept some sell side liquidity there. So went to market structure shift to market structure shift, giving us a breaker, fair value gap, entry long for another 3.5 R on the day. And we just finished, that was the last trade of the day. So really awesome day. I can pull up the P&L now because I have it. Let's get rid of that. And that was the end of the day profit. Really good day. Very precision enter trades. Didn't really take too many losses. A lot of break evens. Not a lot, but we did take quite a few, at least 2 or 3 break evens around this area here, because that's when price got really, as you can see, really wicky. But took some great trades. Yes, we could have held. We definitely could have held. We could have held these trades, but it's okay. This trade could have been held. This trade could have been held. But you can't win them all. You definitely cannot win them all. But you can sure try. You can sure try. 10:30. Nice little, just amazing moves. Just amazing moves. We also have that 3 dive here. I don't use that, or I don't notice it. I don't like to use slanted lines on my chart. As you can see, nothing slanted. I like to use straight lines. But this was This was one of those good type of trades. See, some of the traders will be like, oh, we have one of those moves there. Sorry, I have the magnet on, so it's not gonna let me. There and there. They can be like, oh, we could go long because of that. And technically they would be right. Once in a blue moon. I don't know. But like I said, great trading day. Multiple opportunities if you just looked at market structure shift entries there. Could have waited for this market structure shift, went in there, add to that position, add there, and probably not that one. That's after 210. So nice position there. Not the best. This is where people get chopped up. So I mean, it's lunch, so you know. But nice entry there, and there. This one, like I said, you probably should have waited for like an OTE. If you're just trading the 1 minute and you're not really too confident in getting into the 30-second, you would have nice shorts pre-market, a nice breaker on the 1 minute here. And first entry at 9:36, came in at 9:38, 2 minutes later, and we ran super high. But yeah, that was the trades for the day. This was a 47-minute video. So if you stuck to the end, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I will most likely be moving forward, recording my session so I don't have to show all these screenshots. So that'll be good. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification button, because in the near future I will just be going live during New York session, so I can actually skip all the editing and whatnot. So that'll be awesome too. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Be safe.